What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 6, Episode 11. So if you haven't seen the 11th episode of Season 6 of Tyler Perry's Sistas, turn this video off right now, go watch the episode, and come back and watch this video. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions and how I feel. Ain't nobody paying me to say anything. These are coming off the top of my dome. Everything I'm saying, top of the dome. I'm also not a public speaker, so I will sense a stutter. I might pause to regain my thoughts. Definitely gonna be looking at my notes over here. You're gonna hear me say so probably like 1,000 times. It is what it is. Did I forget to say anything? Oh yeah, I got my water bottle right here that I keep on deck. That's good water. Good water right there. Anything else? Yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm gonna grade this episode. I'm gonna grade it I'm gonna grade it a B minus. I'm gonna do B minus. Cause at least they finally told us who the baby daddy was. And then that shit they tried to pull at the end of the episode. So that's why I'm gonna give them a B minus for that. Is there anything else I forgot to talk about? Hopefully this picture is good enough. I usually try to make it home to beat the sun so that I can just record straight off the brightness of the sun. But I got these two lights on me, so hopefully it's bright enough and it's clear enough. Bear with me, please. Anyway, last chance. If you haven't seen the 11th episode of Season 6 of Tyler Perry's Sistas, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Woo! I had to get one last little swig before I started. I don't know if I said this in another review or these reviews or something, but I be liking to chew my cold water sometimes. I know that's weird, but I don't care. I be liking to chew my cold water. It just be giving me that better effect. I don't know why, but it is what it is. It should be bomb. All right, let's get into it. So the first scene is Preston still high from that one hit of the weed pen from Danny's weed pen. And I feel like this scene was longer than it needed to be. Like, what the hell? Like, we get it. He high. And it's just like, how high can you be? Like, but that's why I'm like, what the hell type of weed pen is that? Like, what type of weed pen is that he still had the next morning? Because Danny's talking about she got to go to work. He come out there wearing her work clothes. Damn near stretched her little white shirt out. But I was just like, come on, man. And even when you had, everybody has their different effects when they get high for the first time. But I just feel like he was doing too much for somebody else had to. Because most people, when I hear people say when they got high for the first time, they mostly just say they was hungry or they were just laughing at everything. And then you got the people that say they don't smoke because they get paranoid or whatever, or they start thinking too strong, whatever you want to call it. This nigga, well, I guess he one of them. I guess he was one of them. Whatever you want to call it. I'm like, hold on, let me get my J lit, then I could start talking. Because I'm just going to be choppy talking if I keep trying to get the J lit, so. Alright, so this nigga Preston still high off that weed pen hit. Come out wearing Danny's work clothes. Danny like, snap out of it. I got to go to work. Preston just doing a whole bunch of stuff. He did say something that made me laugh. I can't remember what it was. But either way, it leads to Preston calling Zach. And Zach like, what's going on with you, Preston? On the phone with him. And Danny grabs the phone like, Danny, Zach, I need you to come over. I need help with Preston. Basically. So Zach was like, all right, I'll come over. Then we had Calvin and Maurice's place. Calvin like briefly tells Maurice, "Oh yeah, I'm about to drop the check off for the rent as soon as I get my morning started, whatever you want to call it." So Maurice is like, "Okay." So Calvin like, so what's going on with you? Like, why you not your usual flamboyant self, basically? And then Maurice tells Calvin he confessed, told him Sabrina had nothing to do with it. And Calvin like, are you serious? What? Like, super furious. He calls Sabrina. Sabrina on the phone. She freezed as well. Why would he do that? Da, da, da. I'm on my way. So Sabrina's on the way. So then Sabrina and Danny, they kind of like, they both like couldn't make it to Karen's house because they called him because Sabrina called Danny and was like, we need to go check on Karen after last night. Yada yada yada. So Sabrina calls Danny, hey, I can't make it to Karen's. Danny's like, I can't either. They both got situations going on. So basically Danny tells Sabrina about Preston and that she called Zach for help. I thought that was going to backfire. I don't know why, but it didn't. Then Sabrina tells Danny about Maurice confessing. Danny didn't really give a fuck. She was just like, I mean, it's partially his fault. Sabrina was like, Danny, come on, Danny. Like, it's not all his fault. Y'all was blaming his ass up and down. Now it ain't his fault. Now he need to confess. But they probably would get on his ass because he kept being all funny and shit, trying to be funny about the situation. That's why they kept telling him it was his fault. Until that shit really registered for him. Now everybody like, Maurice, you shouldn't feel like that. After y'all been saying that shit over and over, and now he shouldn't feel like that? We're talking about the blow me keep going out. So Zach gets to Danny's place and he's like, what's going on, Danny? Danny tells Zach, I let him hit my weed pen. Zach like, what the hell would you do that for? This, that, you know, it's just a whole bunch of, like, I've been having to give it to Zach, like, poor Zach, because he's such a good actor and he be having to be in these lackluster ass scenes, just trying to give him life. So then Preston, he steps off in the bathroom because Zach was like, you need to take Danny's clothes off. You stretching her shirt out, whatever you want to call it. So Danny like, I need your help. And Zach like, what do you want me to do? It's like, exactly. Like, what can he do? Like, you can just get that nigga some milk, tell him lay down. What else can he do? So, oh, excuse me. Zach was like, don't say I ain't never did nothing for you to Danny. He was like, I got you. I'm going to help you. This nigga Preston come out. Zach just tell his ass, what do you tell him? Make him some coffee or some shit. Preston come out with his shirt backwards. Zach like, just make him some coffee. And then he dips. So I'm just like, what help was that? That's what made me laugh. After Zach left, Danny was like, who was that? And Preston was like, who was that? That's what made me laugh. Because he was like, that guy loves me. And Danny was like, do you know who that is? And Preston was like, who is that? Who was that? So then Sabrina, she gets to Maurice's place. You know, it's a back and forth. Sabrina telling Maurice, I called the lawyer. This, that, and the third. Maurice like, oh, no need. It's already done. She like, well, he could at least meet you down there. When you supposed to be going back down there? And Maurice like, I'm waiting for the call. He was like, he don't need the lawyer because Q already spoke with the DA. He gonna get off. Maurice was just like, I want to make things right. Sabrina was like, but this is not the right way. You know. Calvin backing her up because he just want the ass, you know. Well, not just want the ass. He wants Sabrina, but, you know. Then we get to see the ladies and Pam and Aaron coming out of Karen's salon with the clean-ass white suits on. Like, you would think if it's supposed to be, like, burnt up in there, they would have some type of soot or something on them white-ass suits. But Suits white as hell. Pam told me something. I'm looking like, did she say Michelin Man? I don't remember what she said. I was like, she can't even act like she helping. The way she was carrying the shit out the door, I was just like what? So this is when Zach comes up, hands Pam the check, like, tell Karen, looks at Aaron and was like, tell Karen if she need more to just hit me up. Aaron just standing there, ain't got nothing to say. Then we get this awkward ass scene. I ain't even know what this scene was about. So Gary is at the law firm, which he's always fucking there. Like, him and Hayden, they approach Andy. Andy had just finished talking to a client or something. And Gary was like, you owe me an apology, says that to Andy. So I'm like, what does she owe him an apology for? That made me go back. I was like, when the last time they talked? When was the last time they talked? When he came to her place and she was like, let's just have sex or something. Is that what he's saying she owe him an apology for? I'm so lost on that part. So Andy was like, now's not a good time. I got a meeting to go to. And she dips off. Then Gary and Hayden, they start talking about Tamira a little bit. Like, this is like, I don't even know. That was your wife, whatever. Then Zach walks in. He's like, what's up, Gary? Hayden like, this nigga. I'm just like, all right, don't do too much, Zach. Hayden might what's the word? Damn. He might he might turn his focus on your ass again. You just popping up, that might remind him he's supposed to be making your life a living hell and shit. You popping up, smiling and shit. But Zach like, I know something you don't know. Because Zach know about Tamira. I mean, he don't know the details, but he know Fatima put her on him, on Hayden. Yeah, Zach walks up, greets Gary. Then he walk in, first I was like, why is Zach even there? Then I was like, oh, he must be taking Fatima to lunch. But I forgot she did say that they was meeting with the lawyer to talk about Zach's son. Yeah, I got my scissors because my J get to bleed and I gotta cut this motherfucker. I don't even know why it's bleeding. I ain't my lips ain't even wet. Keep wiping them. I ain't drinking no water. Funnel just gonna make J bleed regardless sometimes. Anyway, I went off track, started talking about the shit. Anyway, so Zach is there because they meet with the lawyer to talk about Zach's son with Heather. And I guess Zach, as he was walking in Fatima's office, he ain't like how it was set up with the lawyer dude. He was laughing with Fatima. You know how Zach be having that ego. He come in, yuck, 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 like mocking the dude. Mind you, he mocking the dude before he even knew that was the damn lawyer. Well, he probably did know that was the lawyer, just don't give a fuck. So he walking there, he mocking the lawyer. Fatima was like, Zach, this is the lawyer. So he get to, I've been talking with Fatima about your case. So he was telling Zach it's going to be hard, especially since he just gained paternity recently, so he don't even really know the child like that. The child's an infant. I mean, not an infant, toddler. How old is that child supposed to be? I don't even know. I don't know how old the child's supposed to be. I don't know how old little Michael's supposed to be. His name little Michael, I know that for sure. So yeah, he said it's hard because they didn't establish paternity yet, but he said they're still going to try, but then he brings up the fact that they told him about the neighbor calling CPS on Heather. And he was like that he couldn't find no record of it. But he was like, he got some friends that work for, I think he said work for CPS or Child Endangerment Services, whatever you want to call it. So he going to reach out, see if he can find the the call that the neighbor made, I guess. Fatima ass had the name of the neighbor and shit. She had the last name, the fucking address. Well, nah, the address ain't even... That wasn't even the show-off part. It was the fact she had... I think she had the door number or whatever. Because, I mean, they already went to the address. It's easy to just see, okay, this building, da-da-da, this building. But she had the fucking door number. Zach was like, how the hell you get that? Fatima was like, you know, I got my ways, or I just got it. I just know. So this is when, so the lawyer dude, he leaves. This is when Fatima and Zach start talking about Lil Michael living there full time. So Fatima was like, oh, I thought it was just going to be part. I thought you was just filing for, dang, what's the damn word? I'm forgetting everything today. Partial custody, whatever you want to call it. Half custody. It's a damn word for it. Shared custody. I think that's it. Yeah, shared custody. Zach was like, nah, I was until after I seen the way she was living. Now I'm on full custody. So, you know, Fatima, she got her reservations. Living with a child that ain't even hers. Zach gonna be still learning too, because this is for, like, he don't really know the little boy like that. Then here come Andy ass coming in there. I guess that's the... I gotta bleed on my lip. I guess that's the... there. I guess that's the meeting she had to get to. She come in there basically trying to avoid Gary ass. Yeah. So that sounds like, yeah. I was just like, really? They just set this up so we can have this scene that comes at the end. So back at Maurice and Calvin's, Maurice comes out the room, tells him he got the call to come back in. Sabrina's like insisting, at least let the lawyer come down there. You know, Maurice like, it's over and done with, but we'll do whatever you're gonna do, Sabrina. He didn't say that, but you know, that's just at that point, cause she keep insisting she ain't letting up. So then, we could get this wild ass scene. Shit threw me off, cause this is when we found out that the fucking baby was Zach's. And I called that shit. I said that shit from the beginning. I said it's gonna be Zach's because it's Tyler Perry. He always do shit to make us mad. Look at what happened on the Have and Have-Nots. You know how much mad shit you know how mad people was? All the people we was rooting for died in the end. Oh, I'm sorry if you haven't seen the Have and Have-Nots. But I mean, hey, I said all the people we was rooting for. You might be rooting for somebody else, or if you go watch it. So I ain't really just spoil it for you, but yeah, like he always do stuff to make us mad. So of course we wanted to be Aaron, so Karen could get the fuck and leave Zach alone. But of course it's gonna be Zach, so we could keep this drama going between Zatima and Karen. Of course. So I already knew it was gonna be Zach's. It wasn't no doubt in my mind it was gonna be Zach's. Anyway, so Karen, she get to the salon. Aaron tells him, oh, I didn't know you were going to be here. Whatever, what the fuck ever. He tell her, like, it's coming along, we're making progress. This is when Pam pull out the check. This is a check from Zach. So Karen hands it back to Pam, get a check back to him. Tell him he can keep it. So Pam was like, what you mean? It's a lot of money, da, da, da. Karen snatched the check back, rips it up. She was like, matter of fact, I was telling myself, calls Zach up. So, you know, Zach, Fatima, and Andy are all sitting in Fatima's office. So Zach sees that Karen's call and tries to ignore it. But, you know, nosy ass bitches, Andy and Fatima, they like, oh, who is that? Zach tried to say somebody, I don't even remember who he said, but, you know, Fatima. She grabs the phone. Oh, answer it. Answer it. And then she answers herself. Hello. Karen's like, oh, it's you. Next time you come in my house, I'm going to shoot your ass. Fatima gets to laughing. You better have a fully loaded clip. Karen calls Fatima a trifling ass bitch. Fatima was like, come do something about it. Come do something then. Karen's like, I will. So the threats are flying back and forth. And then, Fatima, you know where to find me. I'm on the way. Karen, I'm on the way. So this is when Karen tells Zach, oh, I ripped that check up you sent me. And Zach like, okay. Like, what's that dude name? What's his name? They got the baby with Do you got a baby with Iggy Azalea? Or was he just dating Iggy Azalea? Swaggy P, the dude. When she said that, and he said, okay. I felt like the Swaggy P meme. Like, okay, Nick, okay, bitch, you ripped up some bands. That just ain't gonna get deposited out of his account. It is what it is. Think he give a fuck? He was trying to help you out. Now that he know you alive, he remember all this stress ass shit. They keep talking about she pregnant, it's the pregnancy doing all this tour. What pregnancy when she ain't even showing stomach flat is aboard? Like, shut up with that. They was throwing me off with that. Anyway, so Karen tells Zach, I ripped the check up. Zach's like, okay. And, dang. Oh, yeah, so Karen tells Zach that he been gaslighting her and this, that, and the third. Like, because, like, when she was talking to Sabrina, like, she came to a revelation or some shit. He was gaslighting me. Like, what? No, he was just concerned and consoling you because he thought you were dead. Like, chill. Chill out. She's telling him I could raise the baby alone. Zach's just like, okay. So she like, that's all you got to say? I mean, what are you supposed to say? You ain't trying to listen to reason anyway. He sat you down, told you he chose Fatima. You still tripping. And I do want to say this. So I know some people feel like, oh, Zach was a trifling ass nigga to Karen and then he got better with Fatima. It is kind of unfair for Karen and all that. But you got to think about it. When this show first started, okay, it started and they already set this character up and narrative up of Zach being this cheating ain't shit ass nigga with Karen. But we never really saw him cheat on Karen. The only thing we saw was that little situation with the girl at the airport. But we never actually saw him cheat on Karen. We just always seen him getting dogged out by Karen and all that. So it was just like, I don't really know what type of nigga Zach really is. But then when we see him get with a girl that's not always dogging him out, he seemed like an okay nigga. And he is an okay nigga. So it's just like, no. Because I don't like how they try to make it seem like Karen, like, nah. And I feel like if he'd have stayed with Karen, he probably would have even took that tip. Because she probably would have told him it was some bullshit. He ain't gonna never. Because I feel like she always wanted him to be under her, so he can't go nowhere. So it's just like I don't know. Like I was just like nah. And after this episode, I seen online people feel like that feel like she probably fabricated it or something because she didn't have Zach's DNA. But you gotta remember, she had Aaron's DNA. So if it wasn't a match to Aaron's, then it's automatically a match to Zach's. So she could have just did it that way. She didn't have to have Zach's DNA. If she had Aaron's DNA, and the only two probabilities are Aaron and Zach, then she can just do it like that. But anyway, she's like, I'm gonna raise this baby alone. Zach's like, okay. So she says, fuck you, Zach. And Zach hangs up the phone. Aaron tries to console Karen. Still poor Aaron. But not really poor Aaron. Because that nigga is low-key toxic too. People be like, Aaron the good guy. I mean, kind of. But at the same time, do y'all not remember how she met this man? And his wife or ex-wife at the time, or the wife at the time, came in her salon and shot herself in the head. He had these stepkids. Like, do we even still see the stepkids? Was it a bond built with the stepkids? How long was he married to the woman? I don't even know. But that was some shit too. So like, I feel like people forgot that. Not to mention his wife's brother coming in there and shooting Karen. I mean, we're trying to shoot Karen, but ended up shooting Zach. Did we forget about that? Like, Aaron's low-key toxic too. Anyway, he tries to be the good guy in this moment, console Karen. Karen ain't feeling it. Like, stop, get off me. No. She storms off. So then Karen calls Andy. And I'm just like, what you calling Andy for? You was just calling her a bad friend, this, that, and the third. What you calling her for? Because I feel like, to Karen's knowledge, she didn't know Andy was in the room when she was just on the phone with Fatima and Zach. I feel like Andy didn't say anything for Karen, even though she was in the room. So I was just like, okay. So yeah, so Karen calls Andy, and I'm just like, why? But Fatima's like, oh no, answer it, Andy. And Zach was like, no, take it outside or don't answer it. So Andy gets up to take it outside. Fatima and Zach basically follow her, but they don't come out like soon. They let Andy answer the phone for a second before they come out. So while Andy on the phone with Karen talking about some, you ain't no friend of me, saying all this, that, and the third. She's like, I know you showed it to him. Show it to him. I don't care. I know you showed it to him. And Andy's like, what are you talking about? And Karen's like, it's in your email. Show it to him. So I don't know if Andy hung up, Karen hung up, who cares? Fatima and Zach come out. Fatima like, I heard her. What did she say? Show him what? Email what? I'm just like, how the hell she hear all that? Cause Andy didn't have the phone on speaker. Oh no, I think it's because Andy was like, what email? Show them what? I think she did say that. But still, it's just like, okay. So Fatima come out like, what they want us to see? She was like, oh, you forget I'm your secretary. I got access to your emails. Pulls up Andy's emails. I thought that was low-key weird. Like, she should have a separate email for business and pleasure, I feel like. It was just weird that she pulled up, I don't know. But, pulls up the email. Fatima face drop. Zach like, what? Fatima's like, the baby's yours. I just said that whole thing about how I knew it was going to be Zach's baby because Tyler Perry liked to piss us off. So I already knew. So then back at the precinct, Maurice ain't trying to wait for no lawyer. He just let the detective take him in. He's like, bye, guys. Calvin and Sabrina, no, Maurice, what do you know? At least wait for the lawyer, no. Then we get this final scene. There's a lot of speculations about this last scene. So Karen shows up at the law office where Andy works at. She comes in there, hey, secretary, smiles. Andy rushes out to her. What you doing here, Karen? She was like, why are you here? Why are you here, Karen? Frantically asking her, why is she here? So then you see this figure come out, and you see blue. You see them wearing blue, and Fatima was wearing blue. So Andy's like, why are you here? Karen's like, for this. Pulls her gun out. Shoots the damn whoever the person is, because they ain't showed who the person is. So a lot of people speculated that it was Zach. A lot of people speculated it wasn't Fatima. I'm just like, that was a point blank shot. So how was it not Fatima? Only reason I feel like it might have been Fatima. I just don't think she did though. That's the only thing. I think it's Fatima, but I don't think she did. Because like I said, Tyler Perry like to piss us off. So of course they would have Fatima go down bad like that. But I just don't think she dead, though. That's how the episode ends. I'm just like, yeah, like I said, I graded on a B minus just because they finally told us who baby it was. Even though people don't believe it. I believe it. It's Zach's. And because this at the end, they gave us a little shooting scene, which I thought was lackluster, because, like, come on, show the chauffeur team if y'all gonna really do it. But yeah, like I said, predictions for episodes to come, like, I think it was Fatima that got shot, but I don't think she did. That shit gonna mean war. Oh, damn, and then her, I forgot her cousin is, the madam girl. I forgot all about that from All the Queen's Men. I don't watch that show, but she's supposed to be like a savage, so. And from my one little introduction of her on the when she came on Sistas, she seemed like a no nonsense ass bitch, so it's probably gonna be war. I really feel like that was Fatima that got shot. I just don't think she did. And Zach ain't gonna never forgive Karen for that. You think you lost him now, Karen? You just shot his fiance. It's really over now. But what if she died? What if Fatima died and then Zach go back to Karen? That'd be wild as hell. That'd be wild. But like I said, I don't think Fatima dead. Fatima gonna want her lick bike. But you can't shoot no pregnant woman, but is she pregnant? We don't know. Damn girl ain't showing at all. As far as that Maurice situation, I don't know. I think it's gonna turn around only because I saw the piece from for the next episode. I saw the Lord, I think it was Maurice's lawyer or Sabrina's lawyer talking to the detective dude saying, oh, you trying to run for mayor or something? Or he trying to make DA or something. I can't remember what it was. But basically, the detective dude trying to make this case to, like, move up in his position. Even though he know the case is some shit. Then he confronts Sabrina talking about, I know what you did. I know you did it. So I'm just like, this detective just know that this case is some shit. He just doing it because he's trying to big up in his position. So it's just like, okay. I feel like now Maurice and Sabrina probably going to get off. Or something going to happen. Or something to that nature. I don't know. But yeah, that's all that really happened besides Preston being high. Like, who off one hit of a weed pen. But yeah, thanks for watching this review. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to say. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, It's an easy and free way to support my channel. And it literally takes less than 4 seconds. So if you spent this 33 minutes watching this review, you can hit the like and subscribe button. And comment below what you thought of the episode, what you thought about what I talked about, if I forgot anything, if I was off on anything. All that good, bad stuff, comment below. And I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.